Well, good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, the 27th of July. And I'm going to start us off with a little bit of Affirmation Tarot. I've got some really, really interesting and very, very good news to share. But I'm going to save that till the end because why not? Let's get the good vibes going first. Shuffling, well, I'll shuffle those in a minute here. We're starting off with the Mindset Mastery, as usual. So that's these guys here. Let me give them a quick shuffle. They're starting to get a little bit more manageable and a little bit less 52 pickup-ish. If you know what 52 pickup is, yeah, you're part of my tribe. Except I was always the one doing the picking up. Fell for it every time. But that's okay, that's just me. Okay, there we go. All right, and right at the top of the deck, we are, and I have my trusty thing here. Interface language. What are you doing? What are you doing here? Extended. Well, what? Preferences. Things. Anyway, silly things. So okay, that's weird. All right, where do we stop? Okay, well, that was just some sort of Movavi alert that just popped up on my window, so whatever it was. Anyway, we're starting right at the top here, and I have my handy dandy magnifying plaque, book, board, whatever it is. Ooh, shiny. Anyway, so it starts off with, I accept and approve of myself just as I am. I love myself unconditionally. Now that's on this part, that's on the front of the card. There we go. And I'm trying to do this before the sun comes up so we don't get all that glare that we usually do, but hey, my house, my glare, right? I gotta own it. Backside says, every past version of you has contributed to the person you are today. Embrace both the shadows and the sunshine and extend love to every part of yourself. Self-love is the key to any positive change and is the secret to truly living your best life. Repeat the following. I love myself. Therefore, fill in the blank. Finish this sentence in as many ways as you can. So this is a great card, and it goes right into goes right into some of that good news that I was telling you about. So, which we will get to, and hopefully you agree with, and if you can't just yet, if you're having trouble with giving yourself love that you deserve, just remember it's really, really hard to genuinely be able to give your love to somebody else without really loving yourself first. You're the only person that you have. I've said it before 1,000 times, and I'll say it 10,000 more, hopefully, by the time all this is over. At least 10,000, if not more. You are the one person who is with you from the moment you're born until the day you die. You deserve to treat yourself like you would your best friend, because you really have to be your best friend. You have to look out for you. You have to care for you. You deserve to be loved. And in that vein, you show other people how to love you by how you love yourself. And I'm not talking about the overblown narcissistic, I'm the greatest person in the world. It's the looking in the mirror and saying, oh God, yeah, I know I screwed up, but it's okay. If I can't make it right, then at least I can learn from it. It's an experience I can use to make me better. And I will do better in the future. That is how you love yourself. That is how you use your experiences to create an authentic you. The authentic you. I'm gonna be doing a podcast. I'm starting a new podcast called WWDD, calling BS from 412 BC, calling BS from 412 BC to, whatever it is. Anyway, so it's something like that. I'm going to be putting it up there, but the coffee hasn't kicked in yet. I know, not all the way. I had one cup about 4 hours ago and then went back to bed for a little while. But anyway, you guys get the point. The point is you show other people how to love you by loving yourself, which means boundaries. You'll be hearing a lot these days. Not letting people disrespect you. And I don't mean getting up in their face or anything like that. There is the silent leaving, if you have to. When people refuse to respect your boundaries, there's something called the silent leaving movement. And you just slip away. You don't have to say anything. You slip away. You live your life the way that you want to, the way that serves you best. And they will realize what they have missed and what they screwed up. So we'll get more into that too in the podcast because WWDD, we're talking about, for some odd reason my head always goes to Dionysus, but that could have a lot of things to do with wine, which we're not going to go there. But it's actually, what would Diogenes do? And Diogenes, that's the guy with a lantern, guy who went around the streets looking with a lantern, looking for an honest man. And thing was, he did it during the daytime to point out the hypocrisy of the aristocracy and the elites. We'll get into that. I have a whole thing going on with that. So anyway, back to our reading. Love yourself. You are worth it. Okay? Set boundaries. Keep the boundaries. You don't have to blow up about it. Remember, use your stoicism. Use your silence. If somebody's telling a joke at your expense, don't laugh at it. If they tell you that you're being too serious, I'm being too serious? What about that was funny, do you think? Yeah. Well, you're taking it too seriously. You used to have a sense of humor. I used to have a sense of humor. Just usually, if you start throwing their last line back at them, for the most part, they're going to get really tired of it and they're going to stop. So there's that. All right, so on to the Rethink deck. Okay, here's the Rethink deck. And I'm going to try and juggle these puppies because, dang, I'm still working on breaking these guys in. Okay. Whew. Look at that. All right. It hurts my hands. Makes my arthritis all acting up. Uh-oh. Well, that one just leaped out, so I think we have found our card. All right. In the tradition of the tarot, I think we have found our card, or our first card right there. Aha! That's a good one. Oh, come on. There we go. And I don't see any others on the floor that might have slipped away, so here we go. One more shuffle. Oh, come on, get in there. There we go. Come on. There we go. Okay. Look at that. That's crazy. That's a crazy lot of cards. Okay. And this one wants to come out. Self-expression. Okay. So, we have the first one from the Rethink deck is Conquering Fears. So, I confront my fears head on and discover the strength within me to overcome them. I am brave and resilient in the face of challenges, and I grow stronger with every fear I conquer. And isn't that the truth? Every single time you face a fear and you conquer it, even if sometimes your reaction is a little bit overblown, I can think of several times in my life when I have kind of knee-jerked my way through a reaction, but it got the point across. And I did learn that I didn't have to come across so hard later on. Basically it just made more sense to hold your boundary, your firmness in your heart, rather than going through that knee-jerk reaction that makes you seem reactive and really is very reactive. But it takes a long time to get there. But you will with practice, because there's a lot of people out there and there's a lot of things to be afraid of to a particular point. Don't be afraid of the things that you can't control. Keep your eyes on them. Learn how to weave through the circumstances, especially the ones that you cannot control, and to utilize your resources for your best benefit in order to do that. But yeah, if I'm talking about the fears that grip you in the middle of the night, the things, the little monsters under the bed that we all have that haunt us sometimes. The what if I'm not good enough fear. The what if somebody's better than me? What if the boss hates me? What if I lose my job? Take a breath and let it out. And ask yourself, is this really what I'm thinking, or is this coming from something else? And as soon as you acknowledge and start looking for that answer, then you begin to conquer that fear by facing it and learning where it comes from and learning what it could mean to you. So, next one, self-expression. This is a great card. There we go. Self-expression. You can see the little guy dancing on it. Or is it flying? No, I think that's flying through the stars. I think that's flying through the stars, but either way, it's cool. So self-expression, I confidently and genuinely express myself free from fear of judgment. I share my thoughts and emotions openly and honestly. I enjoy being heard and understood and connecting with others on a genuine level. Now, that's all fine, well, and good. To be able to express yourself openly. Sometimes you cannot and should not just, put it out there. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you really, really shouldn't. But if you can put concerns out to people in power, in particular, in such a way as to, discharge the fear energy or the anger energy around that, whatever the idea is. If you can dismiss that fear, that energy, and discuss the facts and factual repercussions from particular things, you will always be heard in a much better, much more professional light. It may not always end well for you because that's the world we live in, but you can control only yourself and your actions and your reactions to things. So if you find yourself and this world is made to make us hyper reactive so that we don't get a chance to think, so that we don't get a chance to guard ourselves, but instead we wind up fighting when we don't have to, when we wind up throwing a punch when a simple no will do. And it changes the world, it changes the energy of the people around you, because we get so caught up and everybody's trying to cheat me, everybody's trying to do me dirty, everybody's trying to, all right. No, they're not. They're not trying to do that most of the time. They're just focusing on their own needs and how they feel their needs are being restricted and not met by other people, or they're not allowed to meet their own needs because of the needs of other people, putting their needs on them. It's this great big domino effect of distraction and blame instead of ownership. So if you can take yourself out of that domino run by thinking, by stopping, by taking that breath and asking, what is it that motivates this particular reaction? Is it anger? Is it injustice? Is it, do I feel like they're blaming me? Ask yourself these questions before responding. Just take that one good breath and let silence speak for 5 seconds, 3 to 5 seconds. Because if you can do that most of the time, the other person will speak first, and they will try to either clarify or they'll try to push, and you will really be shown what they're trying to do. And then you can act accordingly rather than react disproportionately sometimes. So that is the affirmation reading for today. It's for coming up. I'm going to post this on Monday. So we're doing it Sunday morning, first thing, coffee time. Oh my God, the coffee time. This is, you see, this is my X-Files mug. I have had this mug, and I love it. I've had this mug since the show began, whenever that was, back in the 90s or what have you. Anyway, so that's the affirmation reading for today. Again, recapping, love yourself because you're worth it. You're worth loving, and nobody can love you like you can, and nobody. And yet, I think I just quoted Miley Cyrus, didn't I? I can love me better than you can. I love the song. It's a great song. So, and then conquer your fears by understanding their origin and understanding where they're coming from. That is the first step in conquering a fear. And self-expression. Remember, your opinions, your feelings, your desires, they're all valuable. They have value to you and for you and on your behalf. But most people, they're not really going to care about your needs the way that you will. In which case, it makes more sense to express yourself in non-emotional ways, in ways that can be accepted by other people and possibly internalized by other people or understood by other people without an emotional charge attached to it. That's your big driver there, is try not to make these things emotional. Because as soon as your emotions start blowing outward, and it really is energy, it's all energy. When your emotions start blowing outward at someone else because you feel like you're being cheated, or you feel like you're being hurt, or you're not being heard, they're going to shut down. They're going to put up their defensive wall, and they're going to be like, I'm not hearing this. I can't take your energy. So that's one of the easiest ways to go ahead and let yourself be heard. On that note, so quick good news. Again, I already told you about my WWDD podcast coming up. I'm working on the first script. The first script is done. I'm working on the few scripts after that, so I can kind of try and record at least one of these a week. And two fabulous things. I have a merch shop set up on Redbubble, and these are, my first collection is your personal power collection, and you may have noticed that there's a couple little things coming up and on the screen. But that is going to be in my beacons. I use Beacons AI for my link tree, so that is going to be on that, and that's going to be in my description from now on. as well as everything else. And the best possible news ever was that the Kirkus review, and if you're a reader, you understand what that is. The Kirkus review for my Heroes of the Line, Book 5, at the end of the line, finally came in, and the link for that is also in my beacons. So I would love it if you would please go ahead and check that out if you're interested at all in the series. It's something that I've been waiting for all my life. Kirkus has an indie review branch now, so getting information, getting a book in front of them has never been possible until now. And I put all 5 of the books from my series, from that particular series, in front of them. The first one that I had them do was Book 5, because that is, quite frankly, huge, in my opinion. But the review, I couldn't be more tickled about it. So anyway, if you find any of this interesting or helpful, hopefully you will please like, subscribe, and share. And I'm also on Substack now under the Entangled Cynic. So my Redbubble store is Entangled Cynic, and my Substack is The Entangled Cynic. So please go ahead and look me up and subscribe and follow, and I'll be doing other videos over there. There are some that are probably going to be a little bit more, well, maybe either place. So, here or there, where you'll be able to find them. So for deep dives into the physics of power and strength, and yes, of course, abundance and attracting it all, because most people don't get into the power of that and the actual physics of it, but I'm going to. Anyway, thank you so much. I'm sorry this ran on a little bit longer than usual, but thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I hope to see you. Please, again, like, subscribe, and share, and check me out on Substack, and check out my merch shop. You're going to see some of these pretty little things over there. It turned out really, really nicely. Anyway, have a great week, and we will see you on Wednesday. Take care now. Bye.